Alright guys, so we're just going to show you how to compact the soil. And what you want to do is put about 6 inches of soil in there. Use either the tamping plate or this piece of equipment here to try to get your soil as compacted as possible so that we don't get any callbacks. But what you'll notice is how Ben is controlling this thing. And you don't need that much soil. You don't need that much water. You just want it enough to where you can compact the soil at a good, you have to have some kind of moisture in the soil so that you can get it all back into the hole so that you don't have to bring it back to the shop. So we'll go around the whole hole, and what we'll do is we'll compact it until it's compacted, a nice compaction, and then we'll add some more soil and add some more water and continue. What happens is if it rains or you get any kind of water leakage or anything like that, what you're gonna find is that this hole's gonna sink. So in the area of the pier, you'll have dips in your soil. And then obviously the homeowner is gonna call us back. And we'll have to redo compaction, dig it up and recompact it. And what you'll notice is Ben is pushing soil up under the foundation to make sure that the soil goes back up under there too, so there's no void. And as we compact close to the foundation, it'll compact that soil back into the foundation. If you notice, I'm not using a whole bunch of water because I don't need to. The soil itself, with a little bit of moisture, will compact good enough. So you don't need to soak it because all you're gonna get is mush and it's not gonna compact right. See how it's compacting in there? That's a good compaction. This kind of shows you what the compaction should look like when you're compacting your soil, so it's tight. And this will assure that you don't have to go back and ever compact the soil again. And this is good when you do concrete also. So, even though we put rebar in there and stuff, we don't want a void under the slab. So the customer could be like, hey, it feels like it's hollow under here because there's somehow water that got under there or whatever and created a void again. Usually you have everybody's working on it. You got one guy controlling the water, one guy working the piece of equipment, and a guy shoveling in dirt as you go. It's just they all have to work in sync and know how much dirt to put in and stuff like that. There's gonna be a lot of times that you won't be able to get this piece of equipment into the hole. So that's the same thing with the TE3000 with the plate, with the tamping plate. You get into tight spots where you can't use up a piece of equipment like this, but the concept is the same. You add 6 inches of soil, you compact it really well, and then you move on, put another 6 inches of soil. It's the same concept, but we need to follow these steps so that we don't have to go back to these jobs. And there should be never a time where we ever bring soil back to the shop. We should never have to bring soil back. We should always be able to get the soil back into the hole, compact it, and not have anything left over. There's gonna be times when you have room to put more soil in there, and that would be up to the homeowner to order some soil, or we can charge them to order the soil to compact into the holes too. So we put down another 6 inches of soil so that we can compact it some more. We had to loosen it up around here because there's been a lot of people walking and stuff like that on it, so it's kind of compacted itself. So we broke it up and we threw in 6 inches of more soil so that we can compact. And again, holes, I understand that a lot of people are uncomfortable with this thing in tight places and in holes and stuff, and that's fine as long as we're using something to compact. Using the compaction plate, using a little bit of water, do your 6 inch lifts, and you'll get a good compaction to where we don't have to go back. what me and Ben were just talking about is, you know, when we're compacting, we want to try to avoid hitting the pier with this piece of equipment, you know, so that we don't knock it loose or cause any damage or anything like that, you know. So try to avoid hitting the piers that we're compacting on top of. So it's always good to be mindful and know how to control this thing. It's pretty easy. I mean, to control it, you can control it from back here. It's a little crazy until you learn how to use it, but it's pretty simple once it's bouncing that you can control. You can control it from this bar here. So, but again, you know, in areas that it's in areas that's tight, again, you're going to want to use the TE3000 with the compaction plate. If you have any boulders or rocks or anything like that bigger than the size of your fist, you just want to pull them out of there, you know, just mostly soil, you know. So if you see them, pull them out. Okay. What we're doing is just adding a little bit of water at a time. When we start to see dust come up, we add a little bit more water. Just we don't want to add too much. We don't want to soak it. We don't want to cause it to be all soggy to where when we compact it, it doesn't compact, it just kind of sinks, you know, and pushes everything out to the sides. That's not what we're looking for. So after this layer here, we can go ahead and fill it up and go ahead and finish this compaction. And what we'll do is we'll straighten this out. Kind of what we want to do is make it to where this is sloped away from the house, but there's going to be concrete here, so I think we'll be good with where we're at right now. Just to make sure if there's any drainage or if you have irrigation or something like that, make sure to repair it if you've cut it out, so that it's quick and easy for us to come back and just backfill it and compact the soil. Anytime you're compacting around pipes, use your TE3000 so as not to damage the pipes and go around them until you can compact till it's pretty high above it, and then you can compact a little bit above that pipe, but you want to get all around that pipe, at least on the sides, very good, you know. So that is how you properly compact a hole.